by email 10/9/1918. It's a proposal. It's like the Sinn Féin. It's like the Sinn Féin amendment. It's just been added, and I have to take it.
What is?
But do we want to let Councillor Gannon speak on this?
No, just in terms of order, Lord Mayor.
Sorry.
It's a point of order, Lord Mayor.
Councillor. This is all time being wasted on you, Gary.
There is a
Lord.
Yes, and out of respect. Hold on, we have a suggestion for Councillor McGrattan. Yes. Is everyone agreeable to that?
Lord Mayor, sorry, can I just clarify here? Because there's talk now, I want this to be dealt with, okay, I genuinely do. But now there's talk about adopting or amending or referring to a report that is not actually before the Council. So I just think we need to be very careful about that.
We're not even going to get to that at this stage.
No, but
unless we let
the amendment that is in, I think we should deal with the motion and the amendment, but we should be very careful about adopting or rejecting a very substantial document that's not formally before us.
Well, I'm just getting that checked. Well, I have to get advice on that, whether it's out of order or not. If it's out of order, it's out of order. If it's not, it's not. No, if it's not, it's not. And if it is, it is. I mean, that's...
Well, Mayor, can we allow Councillor Gannon to speak to his motion?
Thank you very much, Councillor
Councillor. And just to say, Chair, that the report that was circulated by Brendan Kenny says at the end of it that it's for next month's meeting to deal with. It's not for discussion or debate.
That's been
tonight.
checked. As I said, I'll be guided. I mean, I'm not an expert in standing orders, unlike you all seem to be. I'll be guided by what I'm told to do. If it's correct, it'll be done.
I've submitted a proposal that the manager's report needs to be considered as part of the debate.
Well, can we please let Councillor Gannon speak, and then can we accept Councillor McGrattan's suggestion that the group leaders and one.
Mayor, we have a list of speakers. Why not go through them?
Okay. Well, look, we let everyone in, and we won't get a decision here tonight. An absolute disgrace. But anyway, look. Right, Councillor Gannon. Councillor Gannon, I'm now going to let you speak.
Please, 3 minutes.
I'm going to allow you 3 minutes now, Councillor Gannon, and everyone else can have 2 minutes, and it'll be a shame. No, Councillor Gannon's getting 3 minutes.
He's the proposer of the motion.
Councillor Gannon, please, go to Margaret.
For the first instance, I will need units, because what I'm going to do is once again welcome the survivors of institutional abuse and incarceration that are once again travelled to be at this meeting. I hope we can bring some finality to the issue for you. I'm going to get straight to the essence of my motion. My motion seeks to stop the sale of the Magdalene laundry on Shamrock Street. It is the only laundry of its type that is currently in the possession of the state, which is why it's so important. When last I brought forward this motion, it was mentioned both by Councillor McAdam and by the Chief Executive that in some degree this motion was preemptive because we hadn't yet seen the disposal and the Lord Mayor had initiated a commission. I would argue the opposite to be true. I think the decision, firstly by management of this council, to place those red signs for sale on that building was extraordinarily preemptive. We acquired that building in 1996 through a transfer sale with the religious order that previously owned it. In doing so, we became custodians not only of its bricks and mortar, but of its legacy of terror, of torture, of incarceration and of abuse. And when we acquired that building, we also acquired the responsibility that when reckoning and truth started to emerge, we would also be responsible for how that is curated. Management seemed to have decided that that building and the memorial that's scheduled to be placed there will be transferred, outsourced to a private hotel firm. What I'm proposing tonight is that we say absolutely no to that fallacy. It simply cannot be done. We will not be outsourcing our memorials. It's just, I'm trying to think about, and I'm speeding up here, but I'm trying to think about the conversations I've had with survivors over the last couple of years. And every single one of them had a simple request: to be remembered. These are people who had their names removed. When they passed away, we still don't have burial records of somewhere where they placed. They didn't know where they came from in many instances. And there is a simple request and responsibility on us as a council and custodians of that building to provide a place where people can be remembered in an honourable way. There are people in this chamber tonight who valiantly fought to preserve the battlefield site on Moore Street. In doing so, it's your tribute to you is that very shortly there will be an interpretive centre there that once again captures that proud parts of our history of when we are valiant. I think it's extraordinarily cowardice to not acknowledge a period of our history when it wasn't. There's a reason why that interpretive centre and that battlefield site won't be contained within the shopping centre as was originally proposed. There's a reason we're not putting IMAX cinemas in Kilmainham jails and SPARs and the GPOs, because the history is more important than that. Lord Mayor, in the preservation of ethical memory, you've rightly been to the forefront of critiquing Glasnevin Assembly attempts to put a remembrance stone with black and tan soldiers alongside people who lost their lives to defend our freedoms. How then can we even countenance the prospect of having a memorial to women who were effectively enslaved in this city and forced to clean the laundry of this city, contained with a hotel where once again women of low income will be expected to clean the bed sheets of wealthier citizens? That is a horrendous logic, and one that I'm simply not going to stand for. As a city, we're defined not only by what we commemorate, but by how we choose to commemorate it. That site on Sean McDermott Street is a battlefield site. A battlefield site of a cruel war of morality that was waged against people in this city from the foundation of our state. There is no finer example of the architecture of containment that blighted our country since foundation. If you want to get to the history of a gendered history, a social history, a cultural history, an ecclesiastical history of this city and our country, it's contained within those walls. To remove that now, to sell it off to private ownership, is to make ourselves complicit in once again diluting that narrative of incarceration and abuse that has plagued us. I won't be responsible for that, and I do not feel that this chamber should also be responsible for that. Tonight we get to take ownership of our history.
Go on, Margaret. Please.